I don't think there's much of anything going on here. The question that apparently these stolen emails show never took place. CNN is, my understanding, CNN is reporting that it never shared questions for the debate with Donna Brazile or anyone else. And so since it never happened, CNN says they never shared. And again, we're talking about emails that, from everything we know, are coming from a Russian criminal hack that WikiLeaks is letting out.
Well, it's hard
I think this is all a lot of information that goes nowhere.
You know, when you look at the questions and the answers, they're practically verbatim. We know that CNN and Jeff Zucker have said basically that, you know, they find this whole thing very uncomfortable. Jake Tapper spoke out about it as well. This is a very uncomfortable situation for them. They have not said anywhere that they don't believe that these statements are true. And Donna Brazile essentially has not been able to say that these statements are false. The overwhelming response to the emails across the board has not been, I never said that, or that's not my email. And I don't think the ramifications would be as dramatic as they are if people believe that it was all a hoax written by Russia.
Well, this is what we do know. 17 intelligence agencies have told us that the Russians are trying to influence our election, that they've been criminally hacking, essentially doing espionage on Americans to be able to influence this election. They are then dispersing information, much of which has never been corroborated, to try to influence the election. CNN is saying it never shared any of these questions in advance. And we know that Hillary Clinton has been talking about Flint and lead poisoning for a long time, and so it shouldn't surprise anyone that she's been on the attack trying to make sure that no American, certainly no child, suffers from lead poisoning. So she's been out there in Flint, she's been out there in America talking about the need to make sure that no one has lead poisoning in the 21st century.
You know, I mean, I guess that the problem is that, you know, from John Podesta on down, there's been a lot of outrage about the Russian element, and if that is indeed part of it, that does deserve attention. However, no one is really saying, that is not my email. I never wrote or said that. So that's what's disturbing here. And I think, you know, just watch this exchange with Donald Trump and Brett Baer. You know, try to put the shoe on the other foot for a moment. If Donald Trump was accused of being given a question by somebody before one of these, you can bet we'd be hearing quite a bit about it, I would imagine. Here's that exchange.
If Reince Priebus gave me the answers to a debate or the questions, so he gives me the questions and answers to the debate, and he got caught like Donna Brazile was caught, it would be the biggest story in the history of the New York Times, okay? Donna Brazile gets caught, as we discussed, giving her the questions to a debate. Hardly anybody talks about it.
What do you think about that? Do you think it would be true if the shoe were on the other foot?
Yeah, Donald, everything is the biggest and the worst and the greatest to Donald Trump. And so, one, it's clear that he is blowing everything out of proportion. But two, again, none of this ever happened. But three, I think it's dangerous that Donald Trump is willing to use information that he knows is coming from the Russians through criminal hacking, espionage, and trying to influence these elections. And so I think it's very dangerous what Donald Trump is doing. At the same time, now there's information coming out, reports coming out that Donald Trump himself in his business has destroyed emails in the past.
I mean, you don't know that there was never any communication or that she was not given those questions. You can say that you believe that's not the case, but you don't know that for a fact. Nobody knows that for a fact.
Donna Brazile has said that she never shared those any type of questions. CNN is saying that they never shared with Donna Brazile or anyone else questions, and so all of this is speculation. But as I said before, Martha, what's really disturbing is now reports are coming out that Donald Trump has intentionally destroyed emails of his own and of his business in order to avoid having to report things in different lawsuits where he's the subject of litigation. And Donald Trump apparently affirmatively goes out there and destroys emails that the legal process has asked him to provide during searches, and he's been unwilling to. So that's what's dangerous. Donald Trump seems to speak from one side of his mouth on one occasion, then do something else on another occasion.
All right, just last question in terms of the DNC. Debbie Wasserman Schultz is already gone, and this is the interim chair. Do you believe that they should find someone new?
Well, the DNC is in the process of trying to find a new leader. We always go through that process when you have a new head of the party, and Hillary Clinton is the head of our party at this stage. And so I wouldn't be surprised if at some point pretty soon you see a Hillary Clinton, who I believe will be President Clinton, decide who should be the leader of the DNC coming forward in the future.
Javier Becerra, thank you very much. Good to have you with us today, sir.